Hello and welcome back to Mel the Bomb Show. What we are going to be looking at today is the 30th anniversary edition PlayStation 5 Slim Console. So for the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, Sony released some special edition hardware including a PlayStation 5 Slim, a PlayStation 5 Pro, a DualSense Edge, a PlayStation Portal, and a few other accessories. So inside of this box is the 30th anniversary PlayStation 5 Slim Console, brand new from Sony. I was one of the lucky people that got to pre-order the Slim edition of this console in the 30th anniversary theme. I kind of wanted to get the Pro, to be honest, with the bundle of the DualSense Edge and all of that. But of course I wasn't able to get one of those 12,000. But I was able to get my hands on the Slim console, which does fit my needs better, and as the added bonus, has a really awesome design, which we will get to take an up-close look at together today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this box up and take a look at our PlayStation 5. Got my knife ready. Let's cut the tape. So I still haven't looked at this, but I swear to you all, I have chills. Like, I'm so excited for this. Look at that. That is just beautiful. I'm so glad that they did a design on the front of the box. Like, I literally have chills right now. This is amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out and we'll take a look at all the sides. I don't necessarily like the way that PlayStation and Sony packages their consoles, because as you can tell inside of this box, it's just the PlayStation 5 box inside of a brown box without any extra padding or foam cushioning. It was also like this on the Spider-Man 2 edition, which during shipping got dented on one of the corners and has a permanent crease on this box. So I do wish that Sony would take a little bit of extra care into their packaging, but with this console, it's kind of hard to complain about any. As you can tell, no extra padding or anything on the inside of this box, and it is single corrugated cardboard, so it's not even the strongest cardboard. Also, I want to point out on this packaging, you can see here, I just now pulled this out of the shipping box, and as you can see here, the Sony official seal sticker, it's kind of peeking up. Let's take a look at all of our sides and see if there's any damage, which there is a lot of damage on this box, of course, right? Yeah. So here's the back of the box. We've got just the image of the console with the controller, 30th anniversary. Side is just white with the similar design elements. And you already kind of saw the front with the DualSense controller, part of that console, and then our Sony PlayStation words. This side just gives you some information about the console, and the top just kind of finishes the console itself. I'm going to give you all some up-close looks at this and some of the damage that we see. So I've not opened this whatsoever, but it does appear that it has been opened. So we see here, it looks like this sticker, this circle sticker, has been unstuck and restuck because there is a bit of a residue from a sticker. And this silver sticker right here has been peeled up. So having this residue and the sticker peel up right here straight out of the shipping box from Sony is really causing me to question whether or not I'm the first person to open this. I did get this on the 21st, so the day it released, but it does seem like it has been opened before it got shipped to me. And if we look at this bottom corner, you can see the damage on the box. Whenever I looked at the shipping box doesn't have any major damage, but there is a very large tear right here. As you can tell, the bottom corner edge is ripped open. This tear I would suspect happened during just packaging, like them sliding it into that pretty top box. However, with the added sticker questionability, I'm wondering if it's happened when somebody has tried to open. And as we can see too, oh my goodness. So this circular sticker is starting to peel up on its own. I have not touched it whatsoever. So that that's just insanely disappointing, Sony. Oh my gosh. So without even having to cut a sticker, we can just go ahead and lift the lid and take a look at all the goodies inside of this special edition. So we are off to a very rough start, and my chills have kind of changed in emotion. Like, I was excited, now I'm just like, I'm really in shock, honestly. But let's go ahead and pull out our PlayStation and take a look. And one cool thing about this box in particular is that they did print the inside of the cardboard with a neat design showing kind of the elements of PlayStation history with handhelds and different accessories and hardware that PlayStation's released. Now we just have that thicker cardboard that comes inside of that like paper thin stuff that Sony sends out with the PlayStation 5 console inside. And this cardboard is also printed with a design that has like the PlayStation symbols. So we have a cross, square, triangle, and then instead of it just being a circle afterwards, they put a 3 and then the circle to make it 30th anniversary. And then that pattern just repeats. The top says 30th anniversary on it. So far, inside of this, it doesn't seem like it's been tampered with, just the outside of that box and the stickers. The rest of it seems pretty normal. There's like a slight scratch, but nothing too alarming. So first we have our accessories box. On top of the accessories box, it shows the lineage of PlayStation consoles, and underneath each of these consoles is the matching controller. We will take an up-close look at what's inside of this in just a second, but let's go ahead and unpack the rest of the box. Get our other accessory box out of the way. Okay, so we got our console pulled out. And this, I think, has some of our limited edition prints that came with it. I'll go ahead and unwrap our console. That is just so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, the good chills are back now. We have that original looking logo, the light gray and the dark gray matte put together. And I'm going to pull out an original PlayStation 1 console compared to this. So here I have an original PlayStation 1. Now this one I did get used a couple years back. So it does have like cigarette stains, I assume, on it. And the coloring is a little bit off, but you can see the similar design elements from the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 1. Let's give you a look at all sides. The console itself, as you can probably tell through the camera, has like a plastic wrapping around it. I guess to keep the side panels on the way they're supposed to be because it has that separation right there. So that is a nice added touch. So now that we've gotten our overall look, let's go ahead and zoom in and take an up-close look at all of the elements of this console and its accessories, including that DualSense controller, which I'm super excited for. So here is the top-down look of this PlayStation 5. This is the very front panel, I would guess you would call it. Right here we have the original PlayStation logo in that top corner. Along with the Slim, we have the two different side panels in that matte gray look. So the panels are a very, very matte gray. And our original logo. One thing that's neat about this PlayStation is that instead of the center column being like the glossy black, it's a glossy, slightly darker gray, giving that two-tone gray effect that originated on the design for the PlayStation 1. And then, of course, we've got the power button and two USB-C ports. The top of the console, of course, continues that glossy gray. On the back with the ports, there are some extra design elements with the square, cross, circle, and triangle placed along the different plugins. Bottom is just like normal. We have a gray cover for where the stand will go. The back plate is just all gray, with the bottom corner having the triangle, then a 3-0 cross square. They added that 3 in to show the 30th anniversary along with that circle. And since we are here and the tape is in front of us, let's go ahead and peel that off. And now that we've devalued the console, I can notice another detail that says PlayStation 30th anniversary in the crack between the top panel and the bottom panel of the front. move this over, and we'll take a look at some of our accessories. So we'll look at this accessory box first. This is what is on top of your console box whenever you get it. And on the top you see all the different designs for the consoles, like an outline for each with the controllers at the bottom. And on this side you can see the design that they put on all of the cardboard for this console for that 30th anniversary. Show the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. Let's go ahead and open. And inside we've got our manual, I assume, and the chintzy papery cardboard. And this just has PlayStation 5 quick start guide, PlayStation 5 safety guide, and how to install our vertical stand. So just the directions in print. Next up, this has a little gift basket making me want to look at it, and we've got the 30th anniversary charging cable. And then there's some 30th anniversary PlayStation themed cable ties. Let's look at them. So these haven't been tampered with, which is good. So we've got a clear plastic sticker that has it's like a clear plastic with a metal PlayStation logo. Next up, let's see if I can not tear this one. Nope, tore it. Daggum it. Okay, so this is what our plastic looks like, which the size of this is a little bit off. So I brought out an original PlayStation 1 controller for us to compare these things to. So this is the original plug-in, what the size of it, and for the one adapter or the little extra accessory that goes on the USB-C cable, you can tell that it is much smaller in size, but still has that same look to it. They did a good job keeping the design elements, but as you can tell, it is kind of scaled down a little bit. Next up, this looks like a Sony sticker, I'm guessing. Let's see. So this is like a 3D puffy sticker. The original PlayStation logo. It's pretty neat. It's got like a gel filling outside on it. And now we've got our cable ties. So these are themed in the different PlayStation colors with pink, green, blue, and red. So these are our cable ties. Just silicone printed with 30th anniversary design. And you can use the triangle to poke through the other shapes and wrap your cables. I probably won't actually use these as cable ties. I'll probably keep these kind of as is or show them off on a shelf. They are pretty neat that they are a functional item with that really awesome limited design. I know you want to see this, but let's go ahead and pull out our cord. And then on the inside of this, we have the plastics to do a horizontal stand. And then in this little folded one, we've got the remainder of those plastic standoffs. Now let's look at our DualSense. Sadly, the PlayStation 5 Slim didn't come with the DualSense Edge. It just came with the DualSense, but still, it is that 30th anniversary edition. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gorgeous. We have the two-tone gray matching the outside of the console and theming along with that original PlayStation. I'm going to grab my other PlayStation original themed controller so we can compare. Here I've got the original PlayStation 1 controller without the analog sticks. But as you can tell, PlayStation did a wonderful job replicating that design, especially with the buttons on the front. Now the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller does have like glossier buttons. They're not like the flat matte, they're the more updated button top. But they've done a really good job at bringing in those original colors and design aesthetics. One thing that I think they could have added to make it a little bit closer is they could have made the option and share buttons more in the dark gray color to match the original PlayStation 1 controller. They did a nice job on that D-pad too. Absolutely gorgeous. Triggers and bumpers, similar colored, or basically the same color elements as the original. And then the back is just that plain gray. Here's the PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 that has that original design to it as well. If we take a comparison of these two, so the DualShock 4 and the DualSense, you see that they've learned a lot from their plastic colors. Instead of going with black triggers and bumpers, they went with that gray color that more resembles the original PlayStation. And the analog sticks are even a dark gray rather than a black. One thing I absolutely love about this controller is that original PlayStation logo down here at the bottom. absolutely gorgeous. So now that we've looked at the first accessories box, let's take a look at the second one. This box should include our HDMI cable, the special edition vertical stand, and an additional side panel that fits the disc drive attachment. Let's go ahead and have a look. First up, in this we have our stand. So this stand is special. It's got the gray look, a different patterning texture to it, and then the 30 with our other symbols. I'm not sure what the original stands were. I think they are chrome, so this is more of like a stainless steel look, keeping along with that matte gray. Next up in our box is, like I said, our other cables. So here's the charging cable for our DualSense controller, which is also a special edition charging cable with this engraving on it, and the color of the cable is a little bit different. It is a dark gray instead of a black like what usually comes with our cables. We also have our standard black HDMI cable, and lastly we have our additional side panel. So the side panel is that matte gray look with our 30th anniversary special edition to it, but it's just matte gray. On the inside they printed a 30. That's pretty neat. But the rest is pretty standard, and as you can tell, this does go on the outside of that disk drive attachment, but it doesn't actually include the disk drive attachment itself. So if I were to get the disk drive, this will go here and look a bit different. So it'll be a little bit fatter, but still will match the overall look of the console. And now that we have our charging cable for the DualSense out, I will show what the cable looks like with our OG attachment to it. And once again, a comparison with the original. Just a bit different, but still resembles this way more than this ever could. And finally, we'll have a look at that special edition print. Just sick, awesome. Look at that. That is so awesome. And then it also is double-sided, so where at the back we have like an x-ray version of each of the controllers. 30th anniversary right here. That is gorgeous. So now that our special edition vertical stand is installed and we've had a look at all the amazing goodies and bonuses that Sony included in their 30th anniversary edition PlayStation 5 Slim, let me know what you think about everything in it down below. And with all of that said, I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all again soon here on Mel the Bombshell. Bye!